always, coat of corruption. 2024 was the year of exposure, and 2025 is the year of removal. And so today I come down here because I hold in my hand the security bond that have expired for the sheriff. I hold also his power of attorney. I did an open records request to get this information a few times. I've just done a new one to get his new one. Because if he doesn't have an surety bond, which I know you guys voted on it the last time, we don't have a sheriff if he doesn't have a bond. I know that she sat there and said she didn't know what the penalties were, but if she would take the time out to read 15 Georgia Code 1516-5, along with the other couple of codes, all of you would be in violation if none of you had in operating up under a surety code. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, bond, security bond. Any one of you would be in a violation and cannot operate in your position if you don't have one. So if he doesn't have one today, he is not Fulton County Sheriff. Let me say that again for y'all and where she go, sticking up for him. Because that's what it sounds like. Right now, this sounds like you guys are allowing him to pimp you. Okay? I'm just put it out like that. Because how is it that this is one person that have more deaths, more bodies up under his badge than any other sheriff? Other sheriffs have been removed for less than
those funds.
The sheriff's office.
Who made the decision to expend those funds?
The sheriff's office.
Okay, that's my point. Okay, regardless of any resolution, all expenditures decisions were made and acted upon by the sheriff's department. And what we had revealed in there when we saw the itemization of those was, well, you can use a lot of different adjectives, and I'm just not going to, a lot of stuff that looked quite improper. That's why we got rid of it. There's nothing that prohibits the sheriff from paying for these types of items out of his general fund budget today. He chose not to do that and chose to submit it to us and force this kind of discussion, have this discussion today. He created this whole thing. He created this whole mess on his own, this particular thing. And I do think if we want to resolve it, we do need to resolve it by resolution. Right? And the only reason we're having this whole conversation, we had to isolate this fund, was because of the misconduct of the sheriff. And this was an accountability mechanism that we decided to put in place. So if we want to unwind it, then you can bring something forward and we can all decide what we're going to do with it.
Commissioner Arrington?
I agree that this should be general fund money. I would likely support this resolution, despite the fact that I think it should be general fund money controlled by the sheriff. I don't know that it's accurate to say that the reason this money was, or that the inmate welfare fund was because of the action of the sheriff. I think there was someone else in charge of the fund. I think that person was responsible for making the payments that should not have been made. But I think there's enough blame to go all around, because the resolution for the inmate welfare fund called for a committee which consisted of the chair of this commission, as well as the sheriff, as well as the chief jailer. And so
I'll try to take that question. There are two separate statutes at play. One of them requires the sheriff to obtain a bond in the amount of $25,000.
It's not just the sheriff, each elected official, right?
Yes, but this specific statute deals with the sheriff.
Okay.
And then there is another that interplays with another statute that says the county shall pay the premium for this bond for the sheriff. So if you put those two together, he is required to have a bond under statute. Not having this bond in place means that the sheriff will be out of compliance with that statutory